Hey guys, welcome to another Guild Wars 2 video. Today we're going to look back at the Bazaar of the Four Winds living story and also the Cutthroat Politics living story. Both of these living stories focus mainly on the Zephyrite and interactions with them. So you might be wondering, who are the Zephyrite? Where did they come from? Well, the Zephyrite, simplified down, are basically a nomadic tribe. They live in an airship called the Zephyr Sanctum, which they power with their mastery of sun, wind, and lightning aspects. Living on an airship, they'll obviously need supplies at times, so they land somewhere and open up a bazaar to trade for what they need, which is of course what the Bazaar of the Four Winds is. Several people might be wondering, where did these Zephyrite even come from? Many of the original Zephyrite were of Elonan descent, after they were pushed out of Elona by Palawa Joko. I'll try to briefly explain the whole backstory of the Zephyrite, but I am not a big Guild Wars 1 expert. I know these facts from other people, and I'm kind of combining them together for you here. While the Zephyrite are fleeing across the Crystal Desert, they somehow become involved with the dragon Glint. And through this involvement, they become basically the continuation of the Dwarven Brotherhood of the Dragon. The Brotherhood of the Dragon basically didn't worship Glint, but sort of had Glint as the leader of the Dwarven Brotherhood. During the events of Edge of Destiny, Destiny's Edge and Glint tried to fight Kralkatorrik in Glint's lair. This ended with Glint dead and Snaf dead, and Kralkatorrik still alive. Well, in a short story that ArenaNet released on their website, it shows that the Zephyrite actually traveled to Glint's sanctum after this battle. While the Zephyrite are in Glint's sanctum, they end up taking something with them. This something allows them their great control of the sun, wind, and lightning, which they show during the living story. In fact, this piece of Glint actually allows them the ability to make the Zephyr Sanctum, or is at least hinted at helping them make the Zephyr Sanctum. It's possible that this piece of Glint is actually one of Glint's eggs, which you could see in Guild Wars 1, and actually end up fighting Glint over. I'm going to put a link in the description for the short story on guildwars2.com. I'm also going to link to Woodenpotatoes' video on this topic, as he does a much better job of elaborating on all of it, because he actually played through all the Guild Wars 1 missions and knows what he's talking about exactly. So now we move on to focus on the Cutthroat Politics part of the story. If you remember, after the Dragon Bash event, there was an empty seat on the council because of the murder that happened. Both Kiel and Evon Gnashblade are running for this vacancy on the council. To try to win favor on the council, the two competed against each other to secure a trade agreement with the Zephyrite. This leads to both of them traveling to the Zephyr Sanctum, and they eventually get an audience with the Zephyrite leader. The Zephyrite leader essentially tells them to rally their supporters, and he will discuss the trade agreement with whoever rallies the most supporters. This then led to an election, which us, the players, got to decide by voting. We voted with these tokens, which dropped all over the world, and you could also get from the mini-games that each contestant was putting on. Luckily for this video, I took forever to record it, so I can actually announce the winner also. And the winner of this election was Kiel. I'm actually really happy to see Kiel win, because I liked her character better, and I'm also very interested in the Tomanova reactor. I'm actually interested enough that if it's a very good fractal and actually gives story, that I will go in there and take my level 4 fractal butt in there and record it. Well, that pretty much wraps up that part of the living story. There was pretty much just a listing of the election happened and players voted on it, and now everyone's angry because everyone's always angry. Look forward to a Queen's Jubilee video within the week, and as many of the ArenaNet devs have kept saying on the forums, keep your eyes on the sky. See you next time, guys.